Hey guys, just had some things I wanted to talk about. Uh, Stuff that I've honestly just kept to myself and a few close friends. Um, as you've probably already seen, uh, I am gender fluid. Um, the longer I let it go, the more it kind of eats me up. Um, I don't entirely feel that that's correct. Um, for the longest time, even growing up, I didn't feel that I was meant to be male. I was born male, of course, but growing up, I just didn't feel it was right. Um, a lot of the time, I just kept that opinion to myself, felt maybe it would go away and that I would just feel comfortable in my body. It unfortunately didn't happen. And honestly, I've never truly felt comfortable in my body. But I started exploring gender fluidity a few months back, um, as a few friends of mine had felt that I had more of a feminine nature than masculine. Um, I started exploring it just to kind of see how I felt, and it it felt right. It truly did, but it still didn't feel quite enough. Of course, um, the more I let it go, and the more I try to just maintain both sides, the more stressful it becomes. I I can tell in my mind that I was not meant to be male, and I am working towards changing that issue. Um, right now, it's kind of a startup process. Not much is going to change in terms of content, in terms of what I'm doing. It mostly will just maintain the same chaotic nature that it always does. Just that, bear with me, as of course some things may possibly change, maybe in my behavior or things like that. Uh, I wasn't really comfortable at first doing this. It took a lot. I I'm still shaking even now, but obviously the sooner I get it done, the better. But yeah, I can't really hold it back anymore. The more I hold it back, the more stressed I become. Uh, all growing up, I felt closer with the girls than the guys. I obviously still had a few male friends, but I didn't really fit in. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure out why. Well, the more my friends kind of approached me on this, the more I started to wonder if it was right, if they were correct. And so when I started exploring fluidity, um, at first didn't really change much. Uh, Obviously, I had moments where, um, and I still do. I have moments where I still feel male, but those moments are becoming less and less frequent. And I just, at this point, want to do what's best for myself so that I am comfortable in my own body. Um, Honestly, I just hope that nothing changes. You all stick with me because that has been my fear from day one. That any friends that I made upon before doing this will leave me behind, and I really don't want that. Um, all growing up, it's just been my family's all been religious, and that kind of got forced down my throat to an extent that it became very stressful to maintain a male demeanor. And when you're asked constantly by a parent, by a friend, whatever, if you are secretly the opposite gender deep down, at first it gets upsetting, but it's also the reason I started questioning myself. And I can't keep questioning myself. I know that what I am and who I should be are two different things. And with time, I am going to get myself to where I need to be. Um, you probably noticed for the longest time that I was using a voice changer. Um, didn't feel comfortable with my voice portraying um, who I felt I needed to be. And um, from here on out, I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to be trying to get better, get myself better situated, a lot more comfortable in my body, and we'll of course go from there. Uh, like I said, nothing changes. Obviously, I have decided that gender fluidity, while it is partially correct, isn't quite where I feel I belong. And so, deep down, I feel that I belong as a girl. And yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, especially with how I've grown up. And a lot of the people I know in the real world wouldn't support this decision, but I'm better off getting myself to where I need to be. And I'm hoping that in doing this, I find that path, find where I belong, so that I may be comfortable and happy looking at myself every day. Right now, I'm not, and it's driving me insane. So, yeah. If you do decide to, of course, leave me behind, that is up to you. Just know that this is to help myself out, to make myself happy, and I wish you the best of luck in the future should you decide to leave me behind. But this is where I need to be. And those who stick with me, I thank you. I thank you a lot because it's been very troublesome, especially the past few days, because I couldn't overcome my fears, and it took a bit of encouragement to even come out and do this. So um, hopefully this kind of clears things up, explains kind of why the voice is different from the character, explains kind of what I've been going through, and yeah, um, that's kind of all I really wanted to say. So, to those who made it through, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.